So I got most of the solos for you in here. There's a lot of soloing and a lot in the tab department because there's a lot of alternate picking, a lot of palm muting with this. So section 1 is actually only played one time. It kind of reminds me of Van Halen, actually. But it starts with a pick scrape, which I'm sure you know how to do. Just angle that pick back, right? Put an angle on it and mute over the strings. But the chords come in here. 9th fret bar D, G, and B with your first finger, and then put your middle on 10B. You're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's, and then lift your middle finger off and go down, up. Now it's all 9s, D, G, and B. So we have, you're going to do that same thing. That's actually E suspended to an E, and then we're going to go D suspended to a D, but it's the same strum. And they do that twice. And then section 1B, 21 seconds in. Tough part is percussive. Open 2, E and A string. You're going to strum that, but then alternate pick, starting with an upstroke on the open E and palm mute 6 times. And then hit an up strum on the E power chord again, no palm mute. So slow it. Oops, try it again. And then we have, I would go up, down. If not, you got to go down, up, because it's quick. Open 4 on the A, pull off to open. 5 pull open, and then 5E pull open. So that little run, very Eddie Van Halen-ish, Satriani, that type of vibe. So we have, and then go right back into the power chord, the E power chord. We're going to strum the chord, palm mute the top string, up, down, up. 3 pull open, and then palm mute down, and then hit the power chord again with an up. So that part goes sped up. It's so I would work on these little subgroups like that if you're having trouble with them, because you're palm muting a few notes, lifting, palm muting 1 note, lifting. Okay, and then open E, palm mute up into a G major, and it's 3E muted A, open, open, 3, 3. Strum, and then a D major, 2, 3, 2, open, open. So that'll go. Or if we back it up further, if you don't want to throw that little palm mute, you don't have to. You can just go. And then you go back to the power chord, open 2 on the E, like we did at the beginning. And then this is a little different. Ooh, yeah. Open 4, pull open on the A, 2 pull open, 3E open A, and now we go down, up. And then G to D, you'll go. Taking you into section 1C, 28 seconds in, 2nd fret bar A and D, and then palm mute the open E, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So you'll go chord, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then the open A, up, 4A pull open, 2 pull open, 3E pull open. So that part sounds like this. Wait, try it again, a little slower. Right back to the chord section, and then down, up, down, up, down, and then up on the 2AD. So it's but the quick rest, because you're going to finish it with up, down, up, palm mute on the E, into the G chord. Go back, play it again. 2 times, 2nd time no star. So you're going to play it up to here. Oops. No star, so you don't play any of the rest of that. Just go past the double dots, G to D. And then repeat section 1 the same way. And then section 1D, 43 seconds in. It's more of the same, but they change strings on these. You're going to play an A5 power chord instead of an E5. So it's open A, 2D, and then palm mute the open A and alternate pick. We're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then 3/5 AD to 5/7 AD. You can strum those how you want, but... And then back to the A power chord, 6 or 7 palm mutes, no, 6 palm mutes. And then this cool part, pinch harmonic 2G and pull off to open, and then 2 pull open on the D twice, and 3 pull open on the A. That's a great subgroup, just practicing. If you miss the pinch, not the end of the world. What's important is getting the... Oops. That's that section, and they do that 2 times. That takes us to page 3. Repeat it 50 seconds in, section 1B 2 times, no star. Section 1E, 53 seconds in. It's 2E, 4A, 2, 3, 4, 3/5, 3 count, and then 5/7, 3 hits. So and then 57 seconds in, open, open, 2/3, AD-GB. Just a D chord. Open 2/2, AD-G, and then pretty cool part. A play off the intro, right? So you're going open 2 EA, palm mute the top, alternate pick, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, open DG to 2 DG. And then start the rhythm over again, and go 2 DG to 3 E. All right? Back to the D chord, open 2, 3, D, G, and B, strum, 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 A, strum, 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 into this. Oops. So let's take it from the 2 AD, palm mute, alternate pick, the open E 7 times. And then you're going to recognize a lot of these parts. Open 4 on the A, pull open. It's this little run. But they continue it. They take the open A off and go 4 pull open, 2 pull open 3 times. Now those are kind of hard to hear in there, Lloyd. I had to keep pausing it, rewinding it, because it's kind of like a back-to-back thing on there. You'll be going like, but it is in there. They end it with the E power chord too, so you'll go open 2 EA, slide in off the 17 on the low E, then you hit repeats until 1:33. You've got this going on. 2 times. So there's parts from other sections that they're doing, but they may not be doing that whole section. So that's why I went ahead and wrote that out. The next new part is 2 minutes, 5 seconds in. It's a C power chord, 3A, 5D. You're going to do a build up. You'll go 2, 4, 6 times, open 2 AD. That's a 2/12. And this is kind of a breakdown in here that just kind of rings into oblivion there. And then you'll hear at 222, 17th fret on the B, turn your volume off. Eddie Van Halen used to do this a lot. Pick the note and then turn the volume up. And you definitely want some reverb here. Kind of fades in at you. Then at 230, pre-bend release 12G. So you're going to bend it first, pick, have your volume up of course, and then release it. So that's the note. And then we kill that. Volume swell 10B or 12B, third finger, pick, and pull off to 10. Okay, pre-bend release 12G, a step and a half. In other words, we need that note from 12th fret. You're going to pick, release. 248, it's an F power chord. A count. G power chord. And then we go to page 4, 255. And it's C, D, and E power chords you'll go. And then building up off an A5 power chord. So it's like C, D, E, let it ring, C, D, C, A5 build up. It ends up really being 16 times, palm muting everything except the beginning. Use dynamics, kind of build it, pick harder. 305, we hit open E and 2A, and then slide up off the low E string. Then this part, it's a one-time thing that they do. Well, they play this 15 times. Well, let me just explain it, what I mean by 15 times. Open A and D, strum, hammer to 2AD with the index, we're barring it. And then palm mute, open E, down, up. And then you'll see double dots with palm mutes, down, up, 15 times. 15 times 4 basically is what that is. Bunch of, all it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. It's just easier to kind of go by feel on that, especially if you're playing along with it. Okay, the solo. This reminded me a little bit of the solo in the last song. Some of his choice riffs that he's using. 16G, 17B, hit them both, but bend the G 2 times. And I'm just gonna kind of, you're really gonna need your tabs to work through, especially on this one, more so even than the other one. I'm just gonna kind of play them slow tempo. You can play around with the pick directions, Lloyd. If you see a up, down, and you're not feeling it, try going down, up. But the reason I would write that is because it's a fast part, okay? So here's the first one starting on 14G. It's kind of a Vivian Campbell riff. Cool run. But he does it 5 times. And then 322, 17B, 9 bends off of that. And then vibrato with no bend. Our next little run goes. Let me do that again. Oops. Ends up doubling that. 327. Let's do that 327 timestamp again. 32, unison bends, 15B, 17G. Strum them, bend the G a whole step, 7 times. Vibrato the last one, and then our next run is here. So fast, that's slowed down. 340, some similar runs here too, just changing keys. Then, next one. See, if you think about it, if you go back to 340, it's the same lick. Almost completely the same. You know, for the most part. Okay, go to page 5, 346, another one, just like that, a half step higher. So the last two are the same. Very Eddie Van Halen-ish. And then unison bends at the end, starting at 13B, 15G, moving a half step at a time. You'll go. Do that one more time for you. Now, if you hear waves, keep bending until you don't hear waves. That's how you know if you're doing a unison bend the right way. The waves tell you you're out of tune still with it. Okay, repeats at 349. It gets kind of crazy at the end because they're layering bits and pieces of other sections. So really follow these tabs. At 424, you'll hear a change. It's D, A. Repeats at 428. Section 1E from the 57-second timestamp. Just play it one time through, followed by this. We did that earlier. But you're going to do that 10 times. I lost count, not so many, but good practice though. And then 10th time, no star. Instead of going, you're going to throw in a G and a D chord. So the 10th one will go, or G to D. I forgot the star, but I know where it goes. Right here. She'll be going. It's like a quick change from G to D. And then after that, you'll go back to this. Then go. You can do all that 4 times. So let's play that. Slow down. And then up to speed. And then it ends with an E power chord. Open E, 2A, 4 times. Let the 4th one ring. And then the old Eddie Van Halen, or we'll call it the Hendrix chord actually. Open, 7, 6, 7, 8. It's called an E7 sharp 9. But most people call it the Hendrix chord. Just strum all of them but the high E. And he's doing like some little, there's a few parts where he punched in like a couple little leads. I know at the end that he was doing, and there's a little short little intro thing where he's popping in and out. But there was so much solo in this. I got 90, probably 93%, definitely 90%. A lot to work on with this song. This is definitely the harder of the two. Their stuff's not real easy. At least these 2 songs that I've heard. I'm going to check out some more of their songs because I like their sound a lot. Appreciate you, Lloyd. Thanks, man.